What if I record every single trading day of my life as a professional trader for educational purpose, for every one of you to become a better trader? I promised you that this year I was going to record every single trading day of my life, from my life analysis to my trade entry and the target and everything. All right, this is the London session, guys. It's my favorite sessions of the day because I'm an intraday trader. I'm going to go through my analysis right now, and then I will show you what I'm expecting today, if I will have a trade or if I will just decide to fold my hands and watch the trade plays out. All right, so let's start by doing the right thing. The first thing I do, because I trade mostly the dollar paired currencies such as Euro, USD, GBP, USD, Aussie, USD, all right, and sometimes New Zealand USD. Because I trade mostly these pairs, I would prefer to carefully go through the DXY, because the common asset here, or the common currency for this particular currency pairs, is the USD, and then the DXY is one of the go for when it comes to intermarket analysis. I want to check what is happening to the DXY. The DXY is basically the United States dollar index. All right, that is basically the indices that measures the strength of the United States dollar. I want to watch and see what is happening. All right, so what I have here from the 4 hour, let me check the daily. I don't want to check the daily because I don't want to go too deep into looking at so much data. Remember when I posted a video for this week showing you my anticipation for the week, or what will happen eventually over the week, I was showing you this particular vacuum block. When you see this price action, this gap, this is simply a vacuum block, or something we call the new week opening gap according to ICT. It's called end work. All right, so I told you that price doesn't leave this unfilled. It is either going to fill it immediately or it will fill it in the future, and that's exactly what I was thinking price was going to do when it pushed down to this area, but then it never filled it, coming back to this level. Now I'm thinking price will push down, reach out to this area. You can see this is a volume imbalance right here. Let me show you. Price actually left this volume imbalance. When you see price action like this, where the wicks of the candles are the only ones playing out, this one, it is called a volume imbalance. Let me show you this one. So price normally comes back into the volume imbalance and push up. So two things will happen. It's either price just hit this volume imbalance and go up, or it continues down, filling in the volume imbalance and then reaching to this new week opening gap. So what do you think is going to happen to the DXY? I am expecting a bearish momentum. We want to see price push down to this area and then touching this place and pushing back up to that side. So for an intraday trader, I want to go bearish on the dollar. All right, bearish. Let's say bearish on the dollar. So that is my bias for today. No hesitation, I will go to my foreign currencies, checking GBP USD and see what is happening to GBP USD. Okay, so it is basically something interesting. Look at this. Price just gave you a shifting market structure right here on GBP USD. This is a shifting market structure that every one of you can see. And then price decides to come down to this area. This is a bullish order block. This very big order block is called a bullish order block because price is expected to touch it and start going up. And then the most important part of this order block, whenever you see a very big order block, let me teach you something. You don't want to take everything as an important area. So you can measure the entire order block from here to here. And the most important part of this order block is the mean threshold from here above. All right, that is the most important part of the order block from here and above. It is called mean threshold. All right, I think some of you don't know what that means. It's called mean threshold. Is that how we spell threshold? Yes, I think threshold. Mean threshold. 50% of an order block, 50% of a fair value gap, it is called consequent encroachment. But for another block, it's called the mean threshold. So that is basically what I am seeing. So now I am seeing price touching this order block, which is important. And now I'm seeing it printing a bullish candlestick. So if I go back to the 15-minute time frame, what do you think I would see? This is the most important aspect. So in the 15-minute time frame, now I know some of you are expecting me to do the London kill zone strategy, but I think there is something more important here. The London kill zone strategy does not work when there is a bigger time frame perspective or when the bigger boys are in the market. All right, so that is sometimes you need to be flexible. You need to be flexible. And look at this. We have this fair value gap in the 15-minute time frame right here, where price is trying to push up to. And aside from that, there is a resting liquidity above this place. You see this place? All this place is filled with liquidity. And I'm very sure price will be glad to push to that area. All right. So what do you want to see price do today? Let me show you. Price want to push above here. This is a shifting market structure. This area, a shifting market structure to the upside. Whichever one, whether change of character, shifting market structure, whichever way you want to call it. And then price pushing up. Look at what price left you with. This is a breaker block. All right. This is a bullish breaker block. And then there is a fair value gap right here. I want to be patient enough to wait for price to come back to this area, and then I will take the trade. If price should simply come back to this area, and look at this inducement. That is basically where people are thinking price is going to use this as an order block. No, this is not a retracement. This is not a fair value gap that price will want to use. If I want to enter this trade, I want to see price come back down into this area before I take the trade. So I am waiting patiently for price to come, and then I will take the trade and go bullish. We'll take the trade right here. My stop loss is going to be right down below here, and I will be patient to target just above the liquidity here. So this is my bias for today. I will wait, and then once price comes to my entry, I will take the trade. Patience is important. You have to wait and be patient. Another thing, guys, after everything I've done, now I will go to my fundamentals and check what is happening today. What is going to happen today? Today, the 25th. Okay, so later, during the New York session, I have a high impact news. So many high impact news, unemployment claims and other things. So today is also volatile. But then I will patiently wait and see what price will do. I will update you on everything that has happened later. So I will skip the recording now and come back later. All right, traders. So I patiently wait all through today, and there was no entry for me in the market. Now, there is something I want you to learn about this is how to deal with your trading psychology. Now, it's more of a trading psychology. The lesson for today is about how to stay patient. Now, remember I told you that once I see price comes here, I will trigger my entry. But then, guys, guess what? Throughout London session to New York session, I did not see price come back to my entry. And I was not in haste. I don't have problem with FOMO. FOMO simply means fear of missing out. And that is what a lot of you traders are struggling with. Because you see price never comes to your entry and you feel like price is going away from you, you want to jump into the trade. Remember what I told you, that we have news today and it is important you stay patient. So I had to stay all through even to New York session. Look at what has been happening. I was watching this. Look at what price was doing. It never came to my entry. Somebody will just jump into it right here because price is here. No. Be strict with your rules and then make sure that you don't force your opinion on the market. I want to see price come here, and that is the ideal thing to do. I have my set of rules, and then I was very sure that If price should come to this, is a very good entry model for me because liquidity is residing all through here, the sell side liquidity here, but price never came to this area. And look at what has happened here. Look at this. And throughout these hours, we are now in the New York session. During the New York session, the news started coming out and I let it be. I never get an entry and I stayed away from the trade. But look at what happened after the news came out. Boom. If I had forced my opinion in the market, I could have gotten stopped out here, right here. I could have been stopped out because I was impatient. So the news came out and boom. I did not have a pending order. I hardly use pending order because I mostly trade close to my chart. If I have a target, I will just make sure that I'm very close to my chart. I'm monitoring it, and then once it is there, I take the trade. I hardly use a pending order, except if I'm going somewhere, then I will use a pending order. So when I saw the news was about to come out, I just decided to stay away from the market. And then another thing that also helped me not to enter the trade because of news is simply because the prop firm I'm using does not allow trading news 2 minutes before news release and then 2 minutes after news release. So this is one of the lessons you must learn, to stay patient. Instead of you to lose money, make sure you are disciplined enough. And this you can actually see today, throughout today's price action has not been as expected. All right, price action has not been as expected, even though price later moved to this area. Our target was to actually go up here to this particular bearish order block, and then I showed you this liquidity residing, but then price never did that up to this area, and the news came out heavily pushed price to that level. This was the news that came out today. It was just a mixed sentiment. You can see all the green, red, a mixed sentiment, and that is the lesson for today. If you don't have the checklist fully met, don't force your opinion. So no trade today. I did not get an entry today, and I was patient to let it go. Tomorrow is another opportunity to trade. So this is the lesson you must learn for today. Thank you guys. Make sure you subscribe for an update every day to be able to become a professional trader. If you have any question in the comments, let me know and I will answer you, and I will make a video for you if you have any topic I've not covered so far in ICT. Thank you guys for watching. See you in another video.